Ooh, tss,
The CIA is in my walls,
ooh,
trying to get me to sound Nintendo Switch cartridges. The CIA is in my walls, trying to get me to sound Nintendo Switch cartridges. I got kicked out of GameStop for sounding Nintendo Switch cartridges. The CIA is in my walls, trying to get me to sound Nintendo Switch cartridges. So, the Nintendo 64 was a game console. And if you grew up rich in the 90s or poor in the 2000s, you might have played one of these things. You see, the thing about Nintendo 64 is it doesn't even have that big of a library. There wasn't a huge amount of Nintendo 64 games. But people only talk about fucking 4 of them, right? You got Mario 64, the 2 Zelda games, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, and then Conker's Bad Fur Day. And maybe somebody will mention Mario Kart 64. But other than that, nobody fucking remembers any of the games that have come out on this thing. And as my first console, I think that's a fucking shame. There were plenty of other notable titles that don't get nearly as much recognition, yet were very influential for gaming. For example, GoldenEye 007 is one of the first-person shooters to, like, gain really fucking big popularity on consoles. But I ain't here to talk about any of that dumb shit. Today, gamers, we're gonna talk about one of my favorite games from my childhood, one of my favorite Nintendo 64 games that everybody fucking forgot about here. It's called Beetle Adventure Racing.
Do bugs give you the willies? It's time to call Bye-Bye Bug Exterminator. I'll get rid of all your bug problems. Big bugs, little bugs, running through their little shortcut, hiding in their little tunnel, finding those secret little areas. Bugs are smart, but I'm smarter. They try to run, I'll chase. They try to hide, I'll catch. They try to fly away, I'll stomp on. We offer no promises, no guarantees, but heck, we'll try.
Beetle Adventure Racing, now infesting N64.
I hate bugs!
This game fucking rocks, dude. Like, you have no fucking idea. Everybody talks about Mario Kart 64 and they have no idea about this game. Surprisingly, for being on the Nintendo 64, it had, like, somewhat serviceable car physics, but the main thing that Beetle Adventure Racing did that was really cool was it had really fucking cool tracks in the game, and every course in the game had shortcuts, and some of these shortcuts would be completely alternate and different routes from the main course itself. My childhood was filled with Beetle Adventure Racing. This game was a huge part of my childhood, and one of the most fucked up things about it is I literally have not met a single person on this planet that has fucking played this game other than me. I'm like one of the only people that knows this fucking game exists. And it's one of the coolest fucking racing games I've ever played. There has never been a game that has had courses or racetracks as cool as Beetle Adventure Racing did. See, back before EA was taken over by greedy vampires in suits, they actually used to make some pretty fucking banger racing games. The two of those being this, Beetle Adventure Racing, and Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer, which is another Nintendo 64 racing game that I might actually talk about. But it was fucking great. I was looking up information on this game to make a video about it, and I was actually really surprised to remember that this is an EA game back when EA made good fucking video games. In Beetle Adventure Racing, you take control of the titular Beetle car, which is a shitty car that German people made for 1 billion years, and they used it in World War II, and now it's become somewhat of a staple of hippie culture and white girls everywhere. But before things like that happened, it was just a simple Nintendo game for little honky here. And yeah, no, I didn't even know that these were real cars for like fucking years until I saw one in real life. And then my dad was like, yeah, Levi, they're based off of real cars. It's not just like a fucking video game thing. But yeah, that's the silly thing about this game, is every car that you unlock and can drive is just a fucking Volkswagen, like different flavors of Volkswagen. Like you start out with these 4 shitty Volkswagens, and then you can like upgrade to like Volkswagen with a spoiler, or like this Volkswagen is tie-dye, but it has an alien on it. Ooh. As you can probably see from the video, this is a police car Volkswagen. It's the best car you can unlock in the game, and it's fucking hilarious because if you unlock the police car, you can just pull over other racers in the fucking campaign, and it's to immediately win the game. It's fucking great. But you know, this is like a weird niche AAA game that like was really a kind of blessing that you don't get on Nintendo systems anymore. Nintendo systems used to be filled with these neat, quirky, third-party games that were actually some of the best fucking games around for the system. Nowadays, Nintendo consoles only exist to release one Zelda and Mario title every 5 years, and the yearly Pokemon slop that the soy boys eat up. It's truly a shame that there has never been another racing game as fucking crunk as Beetle Adventure Racing has. This shit fucking rocks. Anyways, that's about all I have to say about Beetle Adventure Racing. I didn't get as many days off this weekend, so I kind of wanted to make a little bit of a shorter video, and I figured, you know what, we might as well mention this fucking gem of a game. If you have a Nintendo 64, which is fucking doubtful, or you have a Nintendo 64 emulator and too much fucking free time on your hands, I'd recommend checking out Beetle Adventure Racing. It's a very cute game that deserves to be remembered. Anyways, thank you guys so much for 500 subscribers. That's pretty fucking nuts. I wonder if we'll even make it to 600. If we can make it to 600, that'd be kind of fucking gnarly. My personal goal for the year is to make it to 1,000 subscribers on this channel by the end of the year. So hopefully within the next couple months here I can come up with some entertaining enough videos to keep you all around. As always, this is your favorite schizo rambler on the internet, and Yeah, don't let the CIA inside your walls.